If you're watching this video, that means you're still here and you haven't given up. There's a reason why you're here watching this video. There's a reason why I'm making this video. It's to bring hope, inspiration, and a reason to keep on pressing forward. It's a message of hope, inspiration, and in some ways what dedication means to me. Life for me has not been easy, and it has not been easy for all of us. I'll share what I experienced, where those experiences led me, and how it affected me in both positive and negatively. But so yeah, first time doing a video in a long time. I know I have been 3-4 months away from YouTube, but I'm not giving up my dreams, my passion, my desire to, to give you guys a different view on my experience. And so with that being said, let's get to my story. Let you guys understand who I am, where I came from, how I was raised, and give you just things about myself, and hopefully I inspire someone else, give someone else a kind of like a realization. So as far as back as I can remember, I was probably 3 or 4 what I call conscious awakening, or having the ability to be consciously aware of my surroundings and what life is. So taking it back, can't do the math right, but I'll put it up in the video. Anyways, at that time when I was 4 to 3, when I first experienced what being aware or having conscious felt like, I have seen my parents fighting, yelling, cursing, just something that a 4 or 3-year-old should never experience, especially the earliest experience that I have lived. With that experience taught me a valuable lesson. That lesson is that life is not easy, and I don't think it's gonna be easy. For me, what is necessary for growth is understanding that pain and suffering do have a valuability, it's valuable to go through that. Because if I haven't gone through the suffering and struggles and pain, sorrow, despair, depressed, suicidal thoughts, the real gift of that is knowing what truly makes me happy now. Understanding that people, things, places, time all go through things, and especially people like me, have gone through battles. It may not seem like it because, well, I'll get to that later, but the person that I was when I was 4, I was scared, I was afraid, I was very shy, and I was distant. I'm not afraid to talk about my life experience because of the idea that it may inspire someone like you or any of you. By the time I was 10, so when I was 4 to 10, let's say, I experienced a lot of abuse of all types, and yeah, it has not been easy. It has not been easy, and it has not been fully expressed the way I want to express it. And some of you probably have felt like you're alone, just know that you're not, and seeking help, asking for help, and especially making that first move of I want better. That is courage within itself, because if you don't seek or ask, then you're basically suffering in silence. You're not being heard, and you're not processing it properly, but with the right people, the right listeners, and the right teachers, you will make it through depression and suicidal ideation, because I have. And for me, sadly, I walked through that storm alone, that I thought. But realizing people around me, and yet people I have met, has gone through way worse than I did. I always thought like, oh, poor me, I've been through this. And at the time I was in a dark place, in the shadows, being swallowed by my own selfish energy that I was alone. But realizing that people, and especially older or younger, have gone through worse than me, makes me realize like, stop being a bitch and take responsibility for my actions or, my own mistakes. But it wasn't all my fault. It wasn't always about trying to understand. For me, it was about accepting and realizing, but also with those, I found compassion and somewhat / passion to keep on pressing forward. Because me realizing that I'm not alone and people have it way worse than me makes me feel like maybe I did have it a little bit easier, but not that easy, And yeah, like life hits us different, and we're not all the same. The creation of this universe, or God, or whatever you believe in, it has effects. There is, what I believe, a force or a presence or a figure that is working simultaneously to make people meet. Because I like to think that coincidence are not a thing, or they are, which kind of makes me think like the coincidence of me making a decision that changed everything, or a coincidence that I met someone and they changed my perception on what I thought I knew, but actually embraced and empowered me in some way. So, and the hope and everything that I do with my life now, I'm pushing to become a mentor, a voice for those that still struggle to find their own voices. I want to be the light for those that still walk in darkness. And yeah, we all fuck up. We all make mistakes. We all go through things that wish that didn't happen. And in my accountability for my own actions, I know that karma, or what I deserve, is coming. And it's not going to be good, because I know what I did. My mistakes, my own decisions, my actions. I'm going to pay for it one day. But until then, I'm going to try, and I will, give people the realization, but also the understanding that there's nothing like, there's no such thing as perfectness. But if you have a strong belief in God or Creator, the creation, the universe, you know, I don't think He's perfect. Because mistakes and disappointment, but mainly mistakes, are what actually make us, make us better in the long run. Because if I haven't made a mistake in my life, I would not understand how to grow. I would not understand how to forgive, to accept, to grasp the understanding of desire of happiness. There's a little equation I made. It's what is the perfect purpose of life? And my equation is happiness over suffering gives you purpose. What that means is, if you really want to understand what happiness means to you, you must walk through the fire to be forged and to understand what purpose or happiness will give you. And there's a lot of things I need to express and share with you guys, because I feel like there's a lot of people out there that are just waiting to hear this. And the beginning of the video shows. Anyways, carrying on with my life story. Back to when I was 10. When I was 10, I attempted suicide for the first time. But before that, I asked a teacher, like, imagine being 10 years old and gone through a battle a battlefield where you're grown up, the first thing you can see is your parents fighting, then later abuse of all types, and being left out, being neglected, being on your own in a way that you push people away because you love them so much you don't want to hurt them. That's how I felt. I pushed people away because I was going through my own battles that I didn't want them to be involved. And that's how I protected them. And me realizing that says a lot. But anyways, when I was 10, I asked the teacher, what is the purpose of life? She said, purpose of life is to make something for yourself. Or she said something that didn't sit with me, that didn't fail what I was asking. Because I was asking from a 10-year-old perspective that gone through cycles and all this corruptness in within 10 years of knowing what life was. And by the time I tried to attempt suicide, being 10, through suffocation, suffocating myself with a pillow. And my brother and my dad walked in asking me, why am I feeling this way? Being 10 years old and trying to kill yourself for the first time is not pleasant for people that love you. That I sort of been selfish. I didn't want to live because of the pain and experience I gone through. I didn't want to live because abuse was rapid and constant. I didn't want to live because I felt like there was no hope, or this is it. This is my life. Being hurt, being rejected, being left alone in the darkness. And by the time I was 11, my mother has passed from alcoholism, cirrhosis in the liver. My mom told me to promise that I would never drink or do all this crazy shit that I did. But I did anyways. Because sometimes the best teacher is your own self-experiences. That later on that you will value more than the promise that was made. Because you experienced it. You've gone through it. And realizing that at the time I was 11, trying so hard to figure out why. I was always asking why. Why me? Why did my mom leave? Why am I in foster care? Why am I going through this? At that time I didn't understand, being 11 years old. But now that I look back, I shouldn't be asking why. I should be asking, this is meant to be. And that what humbles me each day, each step that I take on trying to better people or let them know that keep going, don't give up. That's what humbles me, is everything's meant to be. You're meant to be watching this. I'm meant to be expressing. There's a time and place for everything. Coincidence, I said another thing. And God don't make mistakes. But He is not perfect. Maybe the mistakes were our own self-interest. Somewhere along the lines of me being 10 to 11 and gone through Chowden County. By the time I was 14, I have experienced a lot of homes, a lot of different people, a lot of strangers, a lot of shit that a 14, no, excuse me, a 4 to a 14-year-old. So in 10 years, I experienced a lot. And little did I know that I was gonna be here expressing it. And the realization is beautiful. Don't let it discourage you. Don't let it hold you back. Let it build you. Let it be the motion to keep on pushing you to see another day. And by the time I was 14, I was using, I was drinking, started smoking cigarettes, weed, partying, being a teenager at 14 and going through these substances with my peers, my cousins, my family. That alone changed the trajectory of my life. Because if I haven't did that, like I say, everything's meant to be. Everything's meant to be. Don't matter if it's good or bad. The universe has a time and place for us. And if we're not ready, it will let us prepare to be ready. Anyways, by the time 14 to 16, I have moved to multiple group homes. I was back in Chowden Family. When I was 14, I was living with my auntie, my dear auntie that was a mother figure to me. And same thing, she has passed. She has passed from an accident because of drinking and driving. She wasn't driving, but yeah. Anyways, so losing two people that were mothers to me. After that, I went on a search for looking for another mother figure to fill my heart, to fill that gap that I needed as a young boy, to understand what was a mother for. And me realizing mothers, I still don't know. Honestly, I don't know what a mother is supposed to do in life, because sadly I didn't experience that bond. But understanding the pain is difficult. By the time I was 16, I got into some harder drugs. Got into some substances that were hardcore. I'm not gonna name them because it's not nothing to deal with me now. But let's say they were hard. And the types to get you a long way in your own discomfort of using. For those that know, they know what I'm talking about. But so 16, gone to group homes, everything, and at that time I have met a lady, well, a girl. I was 16, she was 16, and first day we met, we have traveled to Banff. Long story short, we came back and we decided, like, yeah, I think I like this person. We've been together since 16 up until 18, yeah. And we kind of split up after that, but I actually I actually experienced what loving myself feels in a way that expressing it to someone else. Maybe it wasn't meant to be, but something about her and me, like we always connected, but not in the best ways. She got me kind of in places I shouldn't be and doing stuff I shouldn't be doing. But that love was there, that I thought. And by the time I was 18, I moved in with my dad. I left his house because I didn't want to deal with being isolated. Sorry, but that's true. I wanted to experience stuff, being 18, being an adult in Alberta. But end up moving out of my dad's house, then going to live with my mom's side of the family. Spent 2 years over there, came back to Calgary, and I don't know, just a lot of BS that I was doing that shouldn't have been. But so within all that time of me being 10, trying to attempt to be in 19 or 20 was the last time I attempted, and one of my cousins actually stopped me from committing. I was going to hang myself. She came out. She told me, "What the fuck are you doing? You know, this is gonna affect everyone that ever knew you." And that hit. But if she wasn't there, I would have done it. But after that realization that I'm gonna be affecting everyone that I loved was hard for me to handle. And sorry for everything I have terribly done, but I'm moving on. I'm accepting whatever comes to me. And yeah, I'm 23. I've been sober for a year now. And that's like what I experienced and gone through. And there will be more videos talking about this because I feel not the need but the feeling to reach out to a different audience that needs to hear this. Everyone's life is a journey, and the journey is as important as the destination, but the experiences are the lessons, and the lessons can give you some valuable lessons within itself. So yeah, this experience with YouTube, the experience with being sober and having sobriety, having connections, having relationships with people that helped me. I appreciate you guys. Without you, I'll probably be on the streets. I'd probably be homeless. I'd probably be still in addiction. But since you believed in me, I accept it and I give you a thank you. Because everyone wants some sort of faith or someone that they can look at and be like, yeah, that guy believes in me. And if you don't, then he does, you know. And yeah, I've been talking for 30 minutes. If you're out there and somehow you've seen this video, I would like to say thank you. Yeah, there's still way more to talk about, and I'll probably let's go for 12 videos. 12 different videos on this subject of inspiration, hope, and the desire to keep on pressing forward. You know, there is help and there is a purpose for you, even though that you might not see the purpose, but he does. Your higher power does. If you don't believe in higher power, I suggest you search and find him, because having something to put all your energy into and saying like, my relationship with my higher power, you know, without that, like when I was going through all of this, I didn't know, but now that I look back, I'm like, yo, there's reasons, there's reasons, explanations, and somewhat lessons that I'm learning instead of going through. And with my higher power, you know, people don't like to hear it sometimes, but I believe in it. But there was times where death was really close to me. Overdose. A lot of times I'm counting, but I'm still here. There's a reason. My mission or purpose is not fulfilled, and I feel like my life's calling is becoming a mentor. To mentor those that seek hope, that seek relating to, and I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to like point fingers, but with me, my mentor mindset is really passionate. I have a strong feeling that I'm meant to be a mentor, and if I can't get a job as a mentor, this would be my mentor talking to you guys. Being an inspiration for others so they can find inspiration in themselves. And I'll give you some quotes. The first quote that I love is, everything's meant to be, even if you don't see the picture. Soon you'll realize at the end, or at the end of all the chaos, you get to realize why it happened the way it did. Even if it doesn't make sense, soon it will. Second quote, the more you know is the more you know less. So don't stress about knowing it all. Infinite amount of information, infinite amount of possibilities, all in this one life. So, yeah. Third, you don't know me or understand me until I love and hurt you at the same time. Then you will see both sides of who I am. Fourth, quote is, you wanna love me, you can, if you can handle me. But sometimes I feel like I'm difficult to love just because of my abandonment issues and attachment issues. But there's just stuff I'm working on. Like, we're all working on something. And I hope you work on what makes you feel happy. Because without this life, you know, what would we be? And I guess I'll end it off with the fifth quote. Everything is nothing, and nothing is everything. That may sound outlandish or kind of stupid, but let's sit with you. So, if you made it through this video of who I am or why, you know, thank you for listening, viewing. I hope that you understand and you get the motivation to see another day, because that's all I want. I don't want anyone to feel suicidal, depressed, because I've been there. I hope this gives you some insight that you're not alone. Seek, ask, and look for help. If you can't find it, for me, what I did was it's meant to be. I'm going through this alone. There's a lesson here that need to be learned, and life experiences for me are the best teacher. So you got this. Keep on going. Be blessed, and enjoy every moment, because it may be your last. And the truth is probably harder or easier depending on how you are. It will be there once you look for it. But always keep an open mind. Don't be closed-minded. Have the option to be opinion or not. But anyways, I don't want to take up too much time, so yeah, that's that video. This is this video. And hope you enjoyed me talking about me and why I do the things I do and what I want to do. And just a little bit about my experiences. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So yep, habits back, but most people are known as Cordell. Don't be scared to say hi, or shy to walk on by. Okay, I will see you guys in the next one. This has been kind of releasing for me, but anyways, stay tuned, and probably come out with this second video tomorrow. Remember, there's gonna be 12. I feel like there's 12, and it's going to be 12. So yeah, peace. See you guys in the next one.